we are going to see is that's your first chapter. I'm going to talk about relations and functions. In this class, I'll be telling you only about relations. Now, generally, what do you mean by relations? What kind of like in a simple English words? What do you mean by relations? Relations means the bonds which we have with someone, right? Now we have father, we have mother. We call them both together as parents. So that is a relation a daughter or a son will have towards their family. Exactly, no. So now in mathematical things, now what do you mean by relation? See, I've written over here how many elements of one set is connected to another set. Elements of one set. Now first, what do you mean by set? I think this you had in your first PUC. What do you mean by set? It is nothing but collection of elements. A set is called as, now you write the set in this curly bracket only, no? So collections of elements is called as sets, correct? So now what do you mean by elements? Elements means what? Inside a particular set, whatever we are given is called as elements. So I'll give you a basic example. Now for suppose, I'm taking an example that Amin and Rahul. I'm taking these two students as my example. Now we'll go related with movies. I'm telling Amin likes KGF. Okay. And Rahul likes, he likes, for example, if I take KGF and other movie, let me take about Avengers. Okay. Now in this, I'm telling this as a relation. First thing is, how am I telling it as a relation? See here, now I can write that these are the elements which I have. KGF, Avengers are said to be my elements. And now with whom am I pairing these elements? With the separate persons, whoever is there. Now Amin, I'm telling that he's liking KGF. And then Rahul, I'm telling that he's liking KGF and then Avengers also. Correct? So in now I can write this in a form of set like Rahul and Avengers. This has one set. Can I write it like this? Inside a square inside a curly bracket. So I am proving it like the number of elements is getting connected to another set of elements. Right? And then I can even write that Rahul also likes KGF. Yes, this is my second set. And then I have taken examples from here, right? And I can even write that Amin will be liking KGF. Correct? So you can find that I'm pairing one element with another element. Here also I'm pairing one element from the set to another two elements whichever I have. So now you've got to know what is the relation. Here I'm taking the relation between a person and a movie. So this I'm considering this as what? Set. I've written it in the form of set. Right. Now apart from this, so now you guys understood what do you mean by relation. So you can tell, what do you mean by relation?
Bond between two sets.
Instead of telling bonds, you can tell that elements of one set is connected to another set of elements. Understanding? Elements of one set will be connected to another set of elements in it. Now after this, now like when we are talking about relations, we have different types of relations. Now how many, these are the main types of relations in it, okay? Now first, why are these types of relations needed for us? What is the need of the types of relations? See, now when I'm taking a set and I'm joining it with other element of another set, I have to know for what is this useful. This is an example of a person and a movie. I'm relating a person to a movie over here. Now in case if that movie is not there, if that means that element is not there. You're getting my point. I'm taking this as elements of set A. I'm putting set 1 and this as elements of set 2. So this is element of set 1, elements of set 2. Okay, I'm pairing these things and I'm writing the set in it. I'm pairing the elements and writing. Now if I take about empty set. Now what do you mean by this empty set? Set which doesn't have any element inside it. So I can write it as with a symbol called null. Null which is nothing but it is empty only. Correct? So null set is empty set where there are no elements in it. Now for example, I'm not writing any movies over here. Then what is Amin will pair with the movies? There is no any movies. So I can write it as an empty set. Understanding? And then next one is universal set. Now what do you mean by the word called universal set? See, I've paired here Rahul with Avengers and then Rahul with KGF movie and then Amin with KGF movie. In case if I'm adding over here and the same movie Avengers, I can pair again Amin with Avengers also. Which means I'll be writing it as KGF and Avengers will be paired up to Amin and Rahul. Okay. The element of one set is same. Getting it? These are the two elements of an other set. Here I have written no set 1, set 2. Like that, if one set is same, I am pairing it to other two. Where the elements are common over here, all the possible pairs are happening with the same elements. That is called as universal set. Understood now? So first we spoke about relations and then we started with type of relations. In that we spoke about empty relation and universal relation. That's all. Now this empty relation. Now I'll be telling this empty relation and universal relation as what in the sense it has a separate name called as tribal relation. Understood? So these both is called together as a tribal relation. Now next. Now after this I'll be talking about identity relation. Now what do you mean by identity? See, the general word of identity which means one single thing, one particular thing. So can I tell that your identity means which will have only one relation? Yes. So I can take an example now. I have added Avengers over here. I'm not adding this now and I'm not adding this also. So Amin is having only one relation. I can shift it and write also. Yes, shift it in the right in the sense can I write it as KGF and Amin also together in a set? Yes. So now these two pairs are said to be identity because he is getting paired up only with one element in another subset. So these relation is called as identity relation. Understood? Now next we'll be talking about the main three important things. So based upon this only your exercise also will work. These are said to be the conditions of it. Now as I told, why do we apply these conditions for a relation? We have to check what kind of relation is applicable to whatever question.